Hi, my name is Ryan Velasquez, and today I'm going to be talking about pre-Socratic philosophy. The pre-Socratics were the 6th and 5th century BCE Greek thinkers who introduced a new way of inquiring into the world and the place of humans being in it. They started to ask questions like where did things come from? They tended to look for a universal principle to explain the whole of nature. Pre-Socratic philosophy is composed of a variety of group of philosophers, and I'm going to start talking about the Milesians. The Milesians were psychologists that attempted to provide a rational account of nature and try to figure out what is the world made of. Milesians were interested in originating stuff which the world developed. So as I said earlier, the Milesians try to figure out what is the world made of. These three philosophers that compose the Milesians have three different ideas. Thales, according to Aristotle, which was one of the most well-known students of Thales, he stated that Thales believed that the world to be made from water, although it's unclear whether he literally meant water or liquid more generally. Anaximander, student of Thales, he said, being the source of all the opposing elements of nature, it had no defining qualities itself, while Anaximander thought that the underlying reality was one and infinite, but it did have qualities being air. It changed into different things such as stone or fire by getting denser or thinner, yet remained the same element. Now I'm going to be talking about the Pythagorean tradition. Its founder, well known as the Pythagoras of Samos, established his community of followers who adopted its political views and his ideal lifestyle. Like Socrates, Pythagoras didn't write anything but had vast wisdom that captivated anyone who followed him. So later his writers stressed the mathematical structure and order of the universe. The details of Pythagoras' views are unclear, but he seems to have advocated the reincarnation of the soul and the possibility of transmigration of the human soul after death into other animal forms. So, moving on to the Eleatics. They were founded by Parmenides when he developed his idea to the point where he was able to begin his own school of philosophy called the Eleatics. He was born in Elea, and that's why they named it the Eleatics. The most radical philosophy theory, it's made from them, and his student Xenophanes, he created the theory which he said we are left with our own opinions on the subject of God, which again raises the issue of relativism with respect to our own knowledge. This theory influenced his teacher Parmenides and another philosopher, part of the Eleatics, Zeno, into cooperating or contributing and expanding in this theory, which was very well known in the Eleatics. And then there's the pluralism of Anaxagoras and Empedocles. Pluralism is a philosophical doctrine that is used as a theory that states that there is more than one basic substance or principle, whether it be the constitution of the universe, of the mind and body, or the source of the truth. And there's pre-Socratic atomism and the Sophists. Pre-Socratic atomism, they consider all phenomenal objects and characteristics as emerging from the background mixture. As the Sophists, they teach both art and rhetoric and the skills necessary for succeeding in Greek political life. Ancient sources decry atomism as one of a number of attempts by early Greek natural philosophers to respond to the challenge offered by Parmenides. The Sophists were known to taught for profit, and the term Sophist derived from the Greek words for wisdom and wise. And we're going to wrap it up with the pre-Socratic legacy. They were not merely just psychists. Their interest is extended to religious and ethical thought, the nature of perception and understanding, mathematics, meteorology, and nature of explanation and the rules of matter, from causal mechanisms and structures. They passed on what later became the basic concerns of philosophy to Plato and Aristotle, and ultimately to the whole tradition of the Western philosophical thought. Pre-Socratic methods were later passed on and used by philosophers thanks to their widely knowledge that they passed on to a lot of their students and followers, and they helped develop the philosophy that we all know today. Pre-Socratic philosophy is basically the base of the world of philosophy that we all know today. This is my presentation, and thank you for your attention.